Good evening. It's Sunday evening. I haven't had a shave since Friday, and yes, we're looking a little bit ragged and dishevelled. So I thought I'd do a little unusual shave today. First of all, I'm going to use Porasa, and that's something which I don't normally use out of a tube. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, the reason I'm going to do a slightly unusual shave today is because I'd like a little shout out, and in particular to Devon Jackson. And Devon's got a new channel, so I thought let's have a little bit of YouTube camaraderie here. Devon's channel is the Southeast Shaving, and he's done a wonderful, bizarre experiment, or rather technically advanced edge test, which is the thumb pad test. I've had a go, and I must say you've got to be pretty brave, but I prefer when I'm setting a bevel to use a tomato. Devon swears he's going to do another video covering that subject as well. Anyway, I'm not going to lacerate myself just for the sake of it, but I have tried. The principle is you use your thumb pad to very gently run along the edge. If you do it across the edge, it makes a nice noise, but it doesn't improve much. I think the theory being you're trying to actually test the edge in a manner which will actually shave a little bit of skin off, which is what I managed to do. If it grabs in just the right way, then one can assume that it's ready to shave with. Anyway, I'd also like to give a shout out to Dr. Matt Robbins. He very kindly watched a couple of my silly videos and said quite rightly a couple of pointers. One is I can't shave for toffee because I get my angles wrong. Well, I know that. When I'm tired, I'm afraid I do neglect to get the right angle with the edge, and I was very tired. Not so bad today. I skated yesterday with my pals on the seafront, and I went down there in a coming looming storm today and had a skate as well. So I'm fairly aerated. Now what I was going to do today in the way of a razor is this, because Anthony has just got himself a Puma 22. This is my Puma 22, which you may have seen before if you've watched my silly channel. This one I had to do an awful lot of work on. The poor scale was cracked right across. It's now been reinforced with high-speed steel rods. It won't ever go again. The blade was pretty pitted. Not ridiculously pitted, but I wasn't happy with it at all. So I did a grinding experiment on that. It's now, as you can see, in a lovely, lovely state. What I was going to test today was the fact that this is on a 12K edge, and I only used it once. So let's see how this little fella works. This is my first time looking into my camera. Well, to be accurate, my phone. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So, Puma steel seems to approve of a 12K Japanese synthetic edge, which is rather relieving. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way, so do bear with me. See, normally I shave in the mirror and I have the phone sort of to one side, but this is my first time, so yeah, I much prefer the mirror, I've got to say. So though I'm trying desperately to make contact with everybody, eye contact, I've got to say that having a mirror, yeah, is actually easier. Anyway, let's try it as an experiment. So we've proved 12K edge on ancient Puma number 22 works exceedingly well. Let's now go back to another of the similar period, well, similar style, similar period. This is my lovely Dorko, which is again a fairly new acquisition. I just want to get the feel to see how this one is. I don't know what edge it's on, so it's a bit of a mystery to me. Also, don't know what angle I'm shaving at. I'm trying to keep the angle low, but I've only got a little phone. Don't think much of it, to be honest. Well, the gentleman that put an edge on this did a very good job. Yeah. Yeah, that's doing very, very well. So this is a 20K. I assume it's the equivalent of a 20K because it feels like a 20K. I'd love to get in contact with the gentleman and see what he actually honed it on. As an experiment in shaving, looking into my phone doesn't really work. But the razor does. Yeah, that's lovely. Gotta say, very nice. However, let's go completely bonkers. And as a comparison, 3 sizes of blade. So we have, this is a, it's just over 5/8 actually, but this is a 5/8, around 5/8 Puma, number 22. This is a good meaty 7/8, a very, very meaty 7/8 Dorko. And now, let's try a 10/8. This is a Max Spreacher half hollow 10/8, and it is one of my favourite razors. And the amazing thing is, I haven't used it in quite a little while. I tried the hanging hair test straight from where the razor had been lodged, and it was unbelievably good. Didn't need stropping. So because it didn't need stropping, I've hardly touched it on the strop, whereas the others I did. So let's go and try and go against the grain. I'm going to look in my other mirror if you don't mind. Oh, now that's an edge. Yep, that's beautiful. This is tool steel, A1 tool steel, and I've got to say, normally I prefer old steel, but there are a couple of modern steels which are very, very good, this being one of them. Now, our mutual friend, I hope I'm not talking out of turn here, Gary, hello Gary! Gary Hayward has a couple of Max Spreachers on order. Now, that will be fun. Because Gary knows his stones, and Gary really knows his razors. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I really don't know what I'm doing. So, I regret the lack of eye contact. This was an experimental shave anyway, so can't help it. I would say we need to push ourselves. We need to experiment all the time. So I experiment with blades. I try to experiment with shaving technique. Obviously not to everyone's taste. And I would honestly say, oh, what a lovely razor. Now this is from our famous brother shaver. This is from Sergio Bandafrito over in California. I bought it off him. This is a custom, real custom. It's got everything on it. It's got inlays where there shouldn't even be inlays. This is a magnificent razor. But I'm just saying, you should be able to shave with anything. As for angles that we use, well, yeah, I'm not perfect. Different feel altogether with this little razor. I do like Pumas. One of the reasons I like Pumas, this one's almost silent. Very strange. I'm not going to do a fantastic multi-pass because I can't see. I'm doing what I can. Anyway, so there you have 3 sizes of razor, and I would honestly say my favourite would still be the Max Spreacher, but that's a little harsh. But for convenience, this is a lovely little Dorka. This is a lovely little Puma, and they are very nice razors. You can pick them up cheap, whereas you won't get a Max Spreacher cheap. Yeah, so anyway, chaps, as I say, it's been a busy day. I've been skating. Walking. Oh, I hung a new picture in the hall. Don't think you can see it from here, but it's another Luftgewehr. It's a bottle 311. Anyway, that's another story. Oh, this is very nice though. So we're not even doing 2 passes really, we're doing a pass and a half. I'm not going for BBS. Have you noticed how unusual the construction of this razor is? It's actually based on having 3 round little turrets, and it has spacers, unusually, inside as well. So a little bit of an unusual one. I wish somebody could tell me a little bit more about the history of Puma. Anyway, I'm not going to rattle on too much longer. Next shave will be better, I promise. Next shave is going to definitely have a different mirror system. This one's rubbish. Oh, Lord above. Anyway, I've very much enjoyed Devon's new YouTube channel, Southeast Shaving. I very much enjoyed trying to lacerate my thumb. I think I'll probably stick to using the baby tomato test. This is, I mean, any sort of hand stropping or anything, yeah, fine. Any sort of across the blade, yeah, fine. Actually running down the blade with your thumb pad, yeah, it's going to take a lot of practice. Anyway, chaps, I'm going to cut this one short. You're bored to tears. Here we have a model 22 Puma of Solingen. Date, not sure. I would say fairly early. Don't know. There we have a late Dorko. This one is a beautifully marked razor. It really is. It's Dorko Solingen. It's a 401. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's a good blade too. Shaves very well. But last and by no means least, look at this. How about that for a monster? But it's a gentle giant. So anyway, chaps, I'm going to wipe off what's left of my strange attempt at a phone shave. I'm not going to do this again. That was a bit of a waste of time. Got most of it off though. Yeah. I'm knackered. I've been, as I say, skating. It's been raining hard at midday, but then it stopped. So, I'd like to wish everybody a very good evening. And if you want to watch somebody shave properly, look at Caleb McCullough, for God's sake. Don't look at me. If you look at any of Caleb's masterful videos, he is a YouTuber of great renown. And I must say, you just can't go wrong. If you just watch him, you'll learn all you need to know. So for any new people to my channel. This is Martin's Shave Tests, and all I ever do is test steel, one against the other. That's what I do. Anyway, chaps, hope you have a wonderful evening wherever you are, and I'll bid you adieu. Bye for now.